Welcome to Scary Stories, the channel that tells you scary stories.
Hey everyone, welcome. They call me the Old Dude, and I'm one of the horror hosts here on the Scary Stories NYC channel. I'm going to read off these reviews written by our producer, Peter Bernard. It's all in the first person, so I'm warning you in the beginning that when I refer to myself, I really mean Peter. Let's get started. This episode is a little bloggy kind of show where I get to talk about some of the scary animation channels that I've been discovering lately here on YouTube. I'm going to be making a number of recommendations, so you might want to check out some of these channels. Most of you already know I'm old, in my 50s, and I have a background in animation. Like, I was once asked to do any show I wanted by a certain Nickelodeon executive, but they had just fired the Ren and Stimpy guy, so I didn't trust Nickelodeon at that time. I did character design, comedy writing, like I co-wrote with an Emmy winner once and Dennis Leary's writing partner another time. I've done audio and music production. I did an underground New York City TV show for over a dozen years. We showed Amy Poehler back before she was famous. I think we were the first to put her on TV in New York. One of our hosts later went on to co-create the VH1 snark genre that lasted for a few years. Oh, that guy that created the Super Jail animation style used to come on our show all the time. He would even come on when he wasn't invited and hang off camera because we had very attractive female stars. One of them, in fact, tricked me into revealing my theories about women on camera, then sold those theories to Fox News, and the Fox News Babes format was thus born. Now all TV news uses my theories, which they in turn stole from Fox. I only found out she had done this after a prominent liberal political cartoonist contacted me to say that the girl wouldn't talk to him anymore. She got to meet President George Bush as a reward for being a traitor, and I got smeared and stomped on once again, story of my life. In fact, she also got hired to work for a really long time on two different, very famous TV shows that you have seen, which are considered liberal TV shows. That's show business for ya. Well, these days I have a cartoon band, a fake band like the Gorillas or Josie and the Pussycats, which is liked by some people in show business. Gerald Casali of Devo asked us on Twitter in public to sing one of his songs, then later appeared at a comic convention I was appearing at. Kurt Loder from MTV News was one of our early supporters and so on like that. The band has never made any inroads at all with the general public though. And eventually I started doing this channel, originally intending to use the profits to support the cartoon band since we couldn't tour. We started this channel back in the days when every YouTube channel was monetized. I don't know if you remember back that far. When PQ Ribber, Madeline Starr, and I first started Scary Stories NYC, we gathered a small following of people who liked long-form story videos. They would complain when I would put in more elaborate visuals. They would complain if I even added sound effects or my own musical backgrounds. The show became more stripped down in my attempt to please them, but I was really getting frustrated, and I started experimenting with short cartoons. Short scary cartoons, short funny cartoons, short musical cartoons. They got 0 views. They take as long to make as a 2-hour Dogman special, but they only last 2 or 3 minutes, and they would get no views. So they were costing me money, and everyone was angry at me for making them. I wished and dreamed that more people would do horror animation channels and that it could become a bigger thing so that I could do it for a profit. Don't get me wrong, I love making the long videos with the long stories, and I never plan to stop doing that. But my real background is in animation, writing, and music. Those are my passions, and I want to follow my passions. So recently YouTube seems to have reclassified us as an animation channel, which I'm really grateful for, and it's led to a lot of good luck for us. We're now attracting new viewers that actually like the same things that we do, and I feel encouraged to start producing some more fully animated short pieces as soon as I can in between the longer ones that I know most of you still prefer. But when I see channels like the ones I'm about to list, I feel that excitement inside that you really want to feel, that certainty that the future is going to be cooler than the past, at least in terms of these very creative channels. My show business friends, the few of them remaining, have been open with me that they are embarrassed to see me doing a Scary Stories channel. I hope they watch this video and go check out the channels I'm mentioning so that they can grasp the potential of this genre. This is as legit a field to work in as any in show business. You can do really good work here, and as good as these channels and creators are, they are just getting started. They are evolving into better artists by the day, and I'm certain some of them are going to create timeless classics for years to come. So let's finally get started. This is by far not meant to be a complete list at all. I'm a noob in terms of discovering most of these channels. I'm hoping you guys watching this can tell me about other animated channels I'm either forgetting or don't know about yet. I'm mainly doing this so that we can all get to know more animated scary channels. I'm going to start with Stranger Stories, just because they're pretty new and have fewer subscribers than the others, so let's give them a boost. Now this guy was doing longer stories, but when he began introducing short full animations, he got more views with them, not less like we did. In that sense, I'm sort of jealous of him. My audience seems to only want Dogman stories, and then only certain kinds of Dogman stories, and only presented in a certain way. This guy has viewers who encourage him to be creative. His style seems very cartoony, but counterintuitively works great for telling you frightening stories. Both character designs and backgrounds are stylish and iconic, and he uses nice effects which draw you into the stories and the locations they're set in. I really just love everything about this channel. I would show you some visuals, but I'm not going to risk copyright issues, so please just check out each of these animated channels and see for yourself. Next up, we've got the Grim Reader, who is as cool as he is talented. He also seems to get more views for his short animations than the long ones, so his audience is also very encouraging. The background illustrations in these stories by the Grim Reader are my favorite on YouTube. There's a forest in the background of a Reddit video he put up in March that is just stunning. He has an asymmetrical design sense that reminds me of old UPA cartoons. That's a compliment since UPA was among the most respected studios of the 60s. Highly recommended channel. Grim Reader. Check it out. Next up, let's talk about Dark and Twisted. Here's another really good channel. He says he's the first animated horror channel on YouTube, and I believe him. He's been around for a while and has managed to develop his very own, very effective style for telling stories that is not like anyone else. You can see him getting better and better with each video, so he's not content to rest on his laurels and is constantly improving and getting more entertaining and more frightening. He's the first, and yet he keeps getting better. A definite must follow. Dark and Twisted. What's up next? Oh, one of the more popular channels anywhere is Wansee Entertainment, W-A-N-S-E-E. They tell very scary stories using a flat, thin-lined style reminiscent of old Flash cartoons from Newgrounds, if any of you are old enough to remember those days. Again, this is a person using a style usually reserved for humor and making it work extremely well for horror. You can probably tell me more about this channel than I can tell you, as you probably already subscribe to them. I guess I could say that about almost any of these channels, really. There are two I just discovered literally today that I want to mention, and those are Horror Shorts Party and Stephen D. Horror Shorts Party is actually 3D animation and very nicely executed. Like most of these channels, the style is very cartoony and in the vein of what traditionally would be used for comedy, yet in the videos I was looking at, he grabbed me and held me through some very frightening stories. Very, very excellent channel. He has an announcement in his description that he will delete and ban all negative and troll comments. I might steal that from him soon. Stephen D draws in a simple anime style, but it's his use of color that I find most fascinating. He goes for monochromatic color schemes which turn his simple drawings into something far moodier. He has a very intense color sense, which is a talent you either sort of have or don't. I mean, it can be taught, but this guy's a virtuoso at color and using it to create mood. So that's what I've got for today. Please keep this conversation going in the comments if you know of more channels I should have mentioned. The more the merrier as far as I'm concerned. I don't compete with other artists. I just marvel at the more talented ones. When I see someone doing something I can't do, it inspires me to experiment more and work harder. These channels all inspire me, and I hope they inspire you too. Also, if you've got graphics cartooning or animating talent and have been thinking about starting your own channel, scary or otherwise, I hope this tips you over the edge to get started. We very well might be entering into a golden age of this sort of thing, independently created scary animations. To that end, I'm working on a video that will show how I create and animate my own characters. It's not a tutorial exactly, but a reveal of my trade secrets, you might say. I don't see people doing anything too close to what I'm doing, so I just want you all to know what I know in case you want to do anything similar in any way. I have no idea when that will actually come out and be done, but I hope soon. I hope in the next week. We'll be back tomorrow for our Saturday Scary Serials, where we present these continuing Dogman stories, one new chapter for both of the stories each Saturday. One person called them Dogman soap operas, and I guess that's a good way to put it. They're supposedly true according to the people who sent me the stories, but, I present them as entertainment. Then, on Sunday, we'll be back with our newest uncensored Dogman story for paid subscribers only at peterbernard.com. Then Monday is a new extra long Dogman special, as some of you have recently requested that we do. Then, I'm working on our big premiere for our new fully animated series about 2 Dogman hunters in the near future. Stars Colleen Great, but I'll give out plenty of hype before that starts, so no need to jump the gun now. Have a great Friday night, everyone, and we hope your weekend is very scary and very animated. Ciao for now. In the description of this video, we've got a link to our new Scary Stories t-shirt. It's our classic skull logo, and it says Scary Stories underneath in the Kaiju Monster font. It comes in black and also black and other dark colors, such as black. Good for ladies or gentlemen, hoodies too, whatever you need. Oh, I also should plug the new Those American Girls album. It's got Madeline Starr on it and Patricia Howdigi and Colleen Great, and all the songs are written by Those American Girls. This one has no cover tracks on it. The title is Those American Girls Turn Off the TV, and you can get it from the link or links in the description.
Come back for more scary stories.